Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Manatawk. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk.
Howdy and aloha, everybody. It's James with Montauk. It is October the 11th, 2023, and it looks like we're being distracted, or, well, you could call it a distraction, you can call it a lot of things. But in regards to Palestine and Israel, that's been going on for a long time. And, Biden sent last month freed up about $6 billion for Iran slash Hamas slash them to, get some rockets, get some artillery, get some ammo. And sure enough, they did. So whether it was intentional or not, it happened. And, bless the, just, God bless the, or just, I pray for those that have become the victims of this Pedo Predator Class, aka World Economic Forum psyop that continues, that keeps the theater moving along as usual. It's just continuous. Um, if we jump over here, you gotta watch this. These guys are great. I'm gonna play them real quick. Oh shit! These guys are so brilliant. Gatlin did her putting the farm first. That's this one, but they're on TikTok a lot and a few others, and they really they're brilliant. How they do this, and it's a real farm, and they're really in Texas, and they're really raising cattle, and they're really doing what they can to save their cattle. When you have people like Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates and John Kerry and Al Gore that want to take their land, which they're also being threatened by, and a few other things that are happening to Americans. So my point is their point. We just keep moving along. I mean, what are we doing now? We're just going to jump to the new. Is this the new war? Is this the new one we're going to start funding? Tulsi? Robert F. Kennedy? Trump? Is this the new one? Right? Now, if his campaign people are just idiots. I just can't. I mean, if this guy's the maverick that they're saying he is, then he needs to stop going along with the status quo. Right? Bert Johnson, psyop with no question. Yeah, no question about it, Bert. Absolutely. Completely and totally. It's just, one to another. And then I have this little movie here which kind of indicates what's going on. This just happens all the fucking time in this country. I mean, it's just crazy. These people just never stops. I think he you guys get the point. We're just continually being detoured to the next conflict, to the next uh, psyop. Exactly. And the psyop now is, you know, let's go ahead and focus on another country besides our own that is absolutely, without a doubt, imploding on itself on purpose via the puppets of the Pedo Joe administration. That is completely and totally happening as I'm talking. And the other thing is they keep this incompetence is being seen. I mean, like I said in my last show, and that was the point of the last show. This stuff just we're just being we are just too. I mean, how many friends have we made? Friends have we made over the past few decades? All these countries that we've started coups or wars or helped overthrow you know dictators. They say Gaddafi and all this other shit. It's just it's crazy. It's out of control. We're there's a lot of people out there that have a personal, I would guarantee a personal vendetta against us for causing continuous death and destruction in their countries. And they're salivating. They can't. Most of these people can't wait. I know that Klaus Schwab, and I know that Yuval Harari, and I know that the people that are in on this, like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell and the rhinos, and then there's every fucking Democrat is okay with our country being taken over by unelected gazillionaires, at least 200 of them, right? I would definitely throw that card on the table to exposing that it is true. The Democrats are all in with the with the Great Reset, um, the New World Order, or I call basically the Fourth Reich coming. Basically that's what it is. The tyrannical, um, authoritarian regime that's being built, within our own country, and if you're a young globalist, you're all in. If you're a young globalist, you're all in. If you're part of the bloodline, you're all in. This is happening now, and sadly, a lot of Democrats, the caucus, the base, the voters, they don't see this. They just don't see it. They're okay with the divide and conquer. They're okay with the mandates, and they're okay with the lockdowns. They're okay with just some unelected entity like the World Health Organization, you know, completely eradicating our sovereignty, possibly. Possibly. I'm going to say possibly because I know that Zoom has an AI companion now. It's like, I got this alert on my Zoom when I started it up, and I know there's a new thing that they're doing, and they're more entrenched with the FBI and the World Economic Forum basically, and all these fucking Pedo Predator Class assholes. So they've got this new AI companion to help us out. Oh, that's great. So as I'm doing my Zoom now, I'm just like, who fucking knows what they're doing? I mean, it's whatever channel you're on, whatever system you're using, if you're labeled as what they call, and this was in one of the hearings, or many of them actually, if you're labeled as an influence operator, or somebody who just, bottom line, is questioning authority and its sources at every turn, you are considered an influence operator. If you're not going with the status quo, if you're not talking about what they want you to talk about. Like right now, they would love if I was talking about the fear and the mayhem and everything that's happening, you know, that's always basically happened, but now it's just been excelled tremendously, thanks to Pedo Joe, and what he just sent over there to kickstart this stuff. I don't know if you guys remember Lindsey Graham meeting up with some ISIS people. Do you guys remember that? I was looking for that picture. I know I got it somewhere on my Facebook, but you can probably find it. Yeah, and if you go look at Charlie Wilson's War, the movie with Tom Hanks and Julia Roberts, Charlie Wilson's War, it's about Al Qaeda, how we screwed them over, and that's how Al Qaeda was created. Right? we 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 used them. Charlie Wilson, the congressman, used them to gain favor, like he was doing a great thing by supplying them with millions of dollars worth of surface to air missiles, or just shoulder held bazookas. And then after they supposedly did okay and held them back for a little bit, it was the media marketed it as a win against Russia, and then he got reelected. And a lot of people are going to jump on this gravy train, and it's sad. It just continuously happens. And anybody that's pushing or in favor of letting this conflict continue, I don't care what side you're on. The side you really need to be on, and I'm going to show you the side you really need to be on, is right here. It's called "This Isn't My Flag and Now My War." Right? This isn't my flag and not my war. It's just a freaking amazing how my voice seems weird. How me It just seems completely amazing how we used to visually see the um, Ukrainians before February 2022, when this thing started, as like a full-on Third Reich. I mean, this was being published everywhere. We're talking. I mean, just go to the Wayback Machine on the internet, or go look up some old articles. All this stuff is from Associated Press, Washington Post, New York Times, you know, PBS, you fucking name it. Nazi symbols, salutes, display at the Ukraine Nationalist March. And then they have how the far right took post in Ukraine power vacuum. Right? Like they were blaming the fucking Republicans for all this. The Ukraine celebrates Nazi collaborator, bans book critical of program leader. Right? Hundreds march in Ukraine and annual uh, tribute to Nazi collaborator. This is all before. This is real. This actually fucking happened. And then all of a sudden, everybody just fell for it. This is the flag. That's what was on their TV. That little symbol in the bottom corner there, right? All this is real. And then all of a sudden, after February 2022, right, when they fucking start poking that stick at that salivating dog, or they start going after fucking Russia, like then we're jumping on it. It's that is the this Ukraine is the biggest money laundering scam that I've, besides 9/11. 9/11 is the biggest, and it's because it's still moving, because it's still going, right? Let me see if I can find that picture. That was a good picture that I had of. Oh, darn it! Hang on. I had it all set up. I'll find it. This is just nonsense. Look at this. Poor Jackson Hinkle. His fucking channel got taken down completely. Crazy. I know what it feels like, buddy. I'm on my seventh and eighth. I know what it feels like. American actress Jamie Lee Curtis posted this picture because she thought they were Israeli children. As soon as she learned they were Palestinian, she deleted the post, but somebody grabbed it. Some people grabbed it, right? They don't fucking know. They're all these people. Hollywood is part. It's all Hollywood. It's all Hollywood. It's all fucking Hollywood, right? And I keep telling people this is where your brain needs to be, right? This is where your brain needs. Oh shit! You guys didn't see that. Sorry. Let me go back to the Jamie Lee Curtis one. Yeah, right here. Thank you, Jackson, or whoever grabbed that. Right? American actress Jamie Lee Curtis posted this picture because she thought they were Israel children. As soon as they learned they were Palestinians, she deleted the post. But babe, there it is. There's your post. Is it? You know, just fucking nonsense. And then you got Tulsi and Robert F. Kennedy just jumping on this bandwagon, just right on it. So what do we need to do, Tulsi? Start taking some more money. We give them, I think, about $30 billion a year anyway, on average, for the past few decades. Let's give them some more. Fuck. I mean, meanwhile, Maui, the people in Maui are still dependent on the locals to feed them and house them. They're being kicked out of hotels. They're being evicted. The people that were in a massacre, in my opinion, purposely done in some way, shape, or form. I don't have the full facts, but I know that their plan is to create Maui as the smart city. That's already been proven and factual. And now she wants to, let's, Squirrel, let's forget about about us. I mean, when are we gonna? The problem is we're just not. It's a big club and we ain't in it exactly. And we are at the precipice. Yes, Jordan, that is absolutely correct. Thank you, buddy. Good seeing you. And it's just sad. It's really sad because the gas prices are still gigantically high. It's like $7 a gallon in California. Maybe it went down like 40, 50 cents in the past month or two, or few days, I think. Maybe. But still, that's crazy. People, and then, all I hear of people that have lived in San Francisco or know of San Francisco, people in San Francisco, it's turning into hell. Like, literal hell. These blue states are just flipping over. We've got a full on invasion. I know Craig Pasta doesn't want to say that, but when you have an average of 400 to 600,000 people for the past few decades that come in and out of the border, which is fine. That's stuff we can handle, right? But in the past 2.5, 3 years, we've had over 7 million freaking people. Look at the numbers. And at least 10 or 15% of those people, we don't know where they're from or what they're doing. And then we have which I'm going to find this because this is very important. There's also, in regards to that, and I think I have it right. Yeah, here's that part right here. This is where Biden, last month in September. I wonder where Hamas got all their money to bomb Israel. Biden administration clears the way for prisoner swap negotiating with terrorists, which I don't think I don't think we've ever done in the history of this country. Right? I don't think we've. I look it up. I don't know. It just seems like we've never done that. Right? For 5 Americans in prison in Iran, 5 Iranian nationals detained in the U.S. will be released. Administration told Congress. Those are just some expensive fucking people, right? When they clearly just kill people, just allow people to die or kill, murder, left and right already. So there was a reason for that. There was a reason for that. And there was this other picture that was really good. Where is it? There it is. Here's some more. There's some more money to $4.1 billion in grants to LGBTQ and transgender. You know what it would take to fix Maui, to build it? It would take about a little over $5 billion, maybe 6, but I think they could do it with 5, to rebuild Lahaina exactly the way it was, just brick for brick, wood for wood, roof for roof, just fine. And Trump said Hamas attack Israel, a war like Ukraine would not have occurred if he were president. I don't think it would have. I think I think Pedo Joe is such a fucking tool. I'm looking for that picture. Such a goddamn tool, right? Such a freaking tool that it's just really sad. He is the biggest tool on the fucking planet. Just a horrific fucking Jagoff. Let me see. I think I got it in here. Hang on a second. Yeah, and the other no-brainer, which is really odd, and this is the actual proof of this occurring, is behind this picture if in TikTok, which I think I can grab and show you. Members of Congress purchase war stocks ahead of the Hamas attack in Israel. Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, I think as a matter of fact, I may have that. Where is it here? Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. Sorry. In regards to the border, I want to show you these numbers, and this is just what they've from what they've seen. Right, special interest alien apprehensions. So there's been 6,386 people from Afghanistan. You know how we've treated Afghanistan so wonderfully. There's been 3,153 from Egypt. I don't know if that's a big deal. You know, Iran, 659 people. You know, just who we caught. So 7 billion come in. You know, let's say 10%. So 700,000, right? Or 70,000 people aren't accounted for. That's not good. Not when these people have a different perspective of the United States than most of us do. You know, I love the people. I love the country. I love, but the government, I fucking just can't stand. And if you're like me and others that are, patriotic, believe in the Constitution, you know, we just, we want it, we want, I mean, I miss the 70s, right? I miss the 80s. The 90s were cool too. But once the fucking 2000s came, that's when shit got really stupid and bad. But look at that, Pakistan, 1,630. That's just who they caught. So if you know the cockroach in your house analogy, right? If you see one cockroach, there's probably 100 more somewhere else in your house, somewhere in a nest, somewhere. Just the way it is. Now, I'm not saying these people are cockroaches. What I'm saying is there's probably others that may have nefarious reasons for being here. Definitely nefarious reasons for being here. Most of these countries here just don't fucking like us at all. There's a lot of people come from a lot of countries that we've started coups, started wars, overturned leaders, right? Put in puppets for our interests, our resources, our money grabs. I mean, it's countless. Yeah, we're setting ourselves up, and I think it's intentional. I think I'm thinking it's intentional, and this might not be the end. 2024 could be, and this is probably the most important thing. And then I'm going to go off for a few minutes, and I am going to come back on this time. The other night, in fact, last night I was going to come back on, but I just passed out. I had worked my ass off, kind of, for for 5 days straight with a few a few 12-hour shifts. So I definitely got some had some big overtime. Yeah. So the point that I'm really trying to make here is we are in a situation where 2024 they may have a lot of not just red flags, but just big burning red flags, exploding red flags, things to stop, to detour, or to alter an election. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense because they did that with COVID-19 in 2020. How they were able to change the times of people mailing in and gave them more time to count ballots instead of a few days. It turned into a couple of weeks or a few weeks. It gave them time to rig it. That's what happened. That's part of what that was for. There's if you truly believe look, okay, so a guy goes to a rally to look at all his people that support him, right? And there's 40 people there. And then he goes to another rally. This is on average. Joe Biden maybe had the most at one of his rallies, maybe 1,500 people. I think that's the biggest showing I ever saw. Most of them were like 12, 15, 40 maybe people. And every rally that Donald Trump had, thousands. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. Just people from all over the place. Just yeah, that whole thing. That was a Katie Hobbs and Carrie Lake situation. That was serious. That was bad. Yeah. So my biggest concern is, what are these guys going to do? What have they been instructed to do? Okay, and the reason why I say being instructed because what was that movie with George Clooney? Something in the Middle East. It'll come to me. I hate when I do this. It just comes out of nowhere. Anyway, he's in the Middle East, and we, with the CIA, create an altercation. We literally do it. It's in a movie showing how we do it. And it starts a war that we create. Right? I forgot the name, but it'll come to me. I could probably find it, but I'll bring it on later. But it's a George Clooney movie, Middle East, about a war. He was out there and he finds out that, we actually set it all up. We got them to religiously go with the flow, to kill themselves. Just crazy. With the things that we've done. Which is not surprising. We're a fucking sinister group. And I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for this government. Many governments. Right? We're talking Bush years. We're talking Obama years. We're talking Clinton years. We're talking even before that. I don't think Trump really knew a lot of stuff that was going on behind the scenes. He was the freshman at the time. He'd never been a mayor, a legislator, judiciary, anything like that. So I don't think he really understood what was going on. And the people that surrounded him gave him like the Mike Tyson syndrome treatment, where they were just yes men, which is fucking happening now, which is pissing me off. The Michael Jackson syndrome, I call it. Tell you everything you need to hear, but not like tell you everything you shouldn't hear, but nothing that you need to hear. Steering away from what's truly going on. Like when he spoke to Megyn Kelly about her being vaccine injured, right? But she said, I'm vaccine injured, and she's concerned about that. The look on his face was surprised. I don't think he wasn't ready for that question because his people didn't prep him for that question. Hey guys, Eric's here too. Hey Eric, listen, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back, but I'm gonna let you know. I just wanted to cover all these bases. All I'm saying to everybody right now, and yes, I am gonna come back, is this is not my war. That's not my flag. That's not my flag. Okay. Right. So I don't give a fuck. We need to focus on us. We need to focus on getting the fucking. We need to focus on getting Joe Biden and these crazy fucking Democrats out. They're destroying this country. It's purposely being done. We need to protect and we need to be aware of what's going on out there. Because these people sense major, major weakness. Major weakness. And we're opening the door. We are opening the door for them. We're fucking opening the door for these people like crazy. And this shit has got to stop. Okay? So right now it's just a distraction. I'm probably missing a few things I wanted to put in here, but the fact of the matter is I know those countries are in trouble, and I want to do what I can to help those people, but they're corrupted. Every country out there that the World Economic Forum has touched, has been a part of, is going through extreme chaos, extreme internal destruction, extreme hatred, and divide and conquer type scenarios left and right. It's just continuous, and they know what they're doing. Like I said, these fucking people, they're laughing at you, right? I mean, this post.
Have been telling us they've got.
I mean, I put it in this TikTok, and then I'm going. Then I'm really going. Oh, here's another one. Right, read this one. Right, this one right here. Do you believe me now? August 24, 19, Donald Trump cuts more than $200 million in aid to Palestinians. April 7, 2021, Biden restores $200 million in U.S. to Palestinians slashed by Trump. It's like Trump knows. Trump has a good idea of who our enemies are. Right? This is real. He has an idea. I mean, he's still learning, guys. I'm just telling you, he's still trying to figure out a lot of this stuff out. He's getting it. He's much more seasoned now. The guy needs to be protected, and he deserves to be there because they stole it from him. You'll see, just like they rigged January J6. That was so obvious. Yeah, identity politics. I think that's what he's doing. You can say you're with somebody, oh yeah, I'm with them, but not really be, which could be the case. I get it. How could man? All right, I think that pretty much proves it. Yeah. The sleeper cells are in there. Oh wait, here's a good one.
Be released for nothing in exchange.
Didn't they also get 5 Iranians?
They will get 5 Iranians as well. Yeah, Jackie.
We need to add $6 billion on top of that.
This is the deal that we were able to strike.
Biden's ransom payment will be immediately used to stoke violence, bloodshed, and mayhem throughout the Middle East, putting Israel, the United States, and the entire world in very grave peril.
Joe Biden just lit a match to the Middle East. Israel has got to be on alert.
The news that the deal is moving forward is drawing criticism from both sides of the aisle on Capitol Hill.
The way to avoid having hostages taken by Iran is to be strong, firm, and resolute, and to not use carrots in the form of $6 billion, but to use sticks in the form of threats to things that Iran holds dear.
$6 billion they will release, and they're going to show us they're going to use it for humanitarian aid. There's no guarantees of that, so I'm very much concerned about this. So we're looking into it much deeper, but I'm
they knew.
You have concern that money is fungible.
Yeah, they knew.
there is obviously money is fungible.
The administration says this is limited to humanitarian aid, but they also acknowledge that funds are fungible, which means you move them around and it will aid them in being able to do other things. So people are very concerned.
It seems, very clear to the critics on both sides on the Hill. Money is fungible. That's the criticism. Right. And now President Raisi has added fuel to the fire that already existed of criticism by saying we're going to do anything we want with it.
But isn't it true that this frees Tehran up to spend more on other nefarious goals like supporting terrorism and boosting its nuclear program?
And it's, I can't predict what they'll do going forward.
As Nancy explained to you, money's fungible. And so any financial relief
can be used by the regime in another way, and that's why there is real controversy to this.
It's fungible. You couple that with the president of Iran saying, I'm going to use the money however I want to. Where's that going to go? It's going to go into terror proxies. This will go into more terror operations where they try to kill Americans. They kill, Israelis.
Money's fungible. This money is going to the Iran regime. It's a terrorist regime. It's the largest state sponsor of terrorism. And it's going to kill a lot of people, unfortunately.
Money is fungible, right? And so the Iranians will be able to use other funds for their illicit activities. We know they support terrorist groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. Money is absolutely fungible. So just because they can't use those exact...
Now, wait a second. They're always using the word fungible. So why don't we use central bank digital currency so we can control all that? Ooh, this could be the end game. Remember I said that, right? Just to make sure that they can't fudge any money anymore, we're just going to start using central bank digital currency. That could be it. But God, this is a narrative that's been everywhere. It's almost too much.
Dollars for the purpose they've laid out doesn't mean that they can't change their budgets on other parts of their humanitarian aid so that they're able to redirect that to areas where they can't use that money. Money is by definition fungible. And the other thing is, this is absolutely a ransom payment.
Exiled son of Iran's last Shah calling history the best guide.
We saw what happened to the money that was released to the Iranian regime under the Obama administration.
It was some payment.
Exiled son of Iran's last Shah calling history the best guide.
We saw what happened to the money that was released to the Iranian regime under the Obama administration. It went to further finance the regime's proxies in Syria and Lebanon.
Even though the administration claims guide.
We saw what happened to the money that was released to the Iranian regime under the Obama administration. It went to further finance the regime's proxies in Syria and Lebanon.
Even though the administration claims these funds are limited to humanitarian transactions, we all know that transactions are difficult to monitor.
Iran's president, on the other hand, understands that money is fungible. Iran continues to funnel resources to terrorist proxies like Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza that attack Israel.
Money is fungible, so Iran may have known this money is coming and used other funds to help fund this attack that happened.
Iran has unfortunately always used and focused its funds on supporting terrorism, on supporting groups like Hamas.
There's no other way to point out how this happened. I don't know how else did, thanks for that, whatever that was. How else did that fucking happen? And then fucking Tulsi and fucking Robert fucking Bobby Kennedy jumped right in. They need to talk about that part. They're not. They're gung-ho. Israel strike back. Get rid of fucking, let me just tell you, Palestine is about 26 miles long. 27. The length of a fucking marathon. 26.2. And maybe half as wide. 3/4 as wide, maybe. And 2.1 million people inside of this country are constantly being used as they're just prisoners in it. It's just really sad. They're being yanked apart. But the saddest part of this, the most concerning part of this, and for some reason, children just they don't matter to the Democrats for some reason. They keep talking about, we don't want to, abortion is we care about the kids. They're at least half of the people of that country are children. A little less than half. Fucking nuts. We need to rethink this. Okay? We need to focus on us. I fucking said I'm sick. We have a serious threat right in our borders. They smell incompetence. They smell meek, malleable, obedient idiots, right? And I would say a lot of them are already here. And I don't want you going out and shooting some Muslim guy or whatever. Don't fucking do that. That's just just be at the ready. That's all I'm saying, right? And I'm telling you, I'm probably in the safest part of the country since Missouri is like in the middle in a sense, in the middle of good luck making it this far. Because if you make it this far, then you're in for an ass whipping. But shit's gonna happen, and it could get bad. And my biggest point here regarding all this is this could escalate and get worse and worse and worse, and it could alter or change the protocols and processes of November the 8th. Remember I said that. Because there's nothing more than they want to do is try to find some other fluvid-19 distraction or reason to fucking fuck that election up. I'm telling you, just watch. God, I hate when I'm right. Fuck. I wish I could be right about my relationships. I suck at that. I need to, I need to probably focus more on that. That could have been a problem all along. But anyway, yeah, I'm not really searching. I'm on the shelf. I'm just not out there searching right now. If somebody wants to come by and say hi, I'm more than welcome to, give it a shot. Hell, why not? But my biggest point here is I really think this, this could start to compound. I'm not just talking about this singular situation with Palestine, Hamas, Iran, and Israel. I'm talking about the people that are coming into this border that are of military stature and age and condition and could easily do some things that may be extremely heinous and bad to people in this country. That is one of my biggest and largest concerns right now. And I think it should be everybody's, honestly. We really need to make sure each state, each governor, each local legislation in each state is, hire the extra security. People that are citizens, right? Not foreign people as police officers as fucking the blue states are doing. That's going to work out great. Right? Yeah, other countries are joining into Gaza. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of countries out there that just hate us. I put that right out in the front of this video. I clearly stated, and I'm going to say it again. We haven't been making real good relations with a lot of people, especially in the past few decades, especially in the past 3 fucking years. 3 freaking years has been hell. It's getting. Keep your eyes peeled, House Republicans, because the Democrats are just giving this fucking country away. They're giving it away, literally. They don't care. They don't care. They don't, and some of them, most of them understand what they're doing and they're okay with it. Many just don't get it. And if you need me to explain it to you, jump on the show. I'll show you all the proof, all the information. I'll do slide by slide and my PowerPoints that I've presented on what they're doing and how they're doing it. The goal is to take down the United States and hand it over to unelected Pedo Predator Class, aka World Economic Forum fatheads. Have you seen the World Health Organization pandemic treaty? Just read it. That's the clearest indication of what they're doing. And you guys keep fucking, keep wearing your masks. Just, oh God, God, the idiocy is just unconscionable. It just makes me want to vomit. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back. I am coming back. And I'm going to open forum. Thank you very much for being here. Aloha. Yes, the United States first, people. Okay? The United States first. Because that's not my flag, and that's not my flag. Right? Let's take care of this country. Let's get the fucking criminals that are in this country out or in prison, that are literally trying to take it down, and that's on both sides of the aisle, by the way. Right? Like not just drain the swamp, but put a plug in it after you drain it, so they don't fucking come back. Yeah. Aloha. I'll be back. Thank you for being here. Mahalo. I'll send you guys the link. I'm gonna leave the Zoom up, and I'll send you guys the link, and I'll be on in just like 15 minutes or so. Aloha. Bye.